Right, we live actually. Live. We are live. Ready now,
Alright, so we're saying, alright. Alright. Come on, look at my shit here. Alright. Laman, you see you? Raise your hand, Mr. Laman. Alright, probably might want to bring a chair around. Alright, so give you all the praises to Yahweh. And give double honors the apostles of great fellowship and true well. Salutations to them of the hopeful and sincere elect.
That's right.
And the brothers from the trade that camp is Raib, Awad, Lamar, Kalab, Kwam, and Makaza out here to do a little, exhorting for the elect's sake. And as you can see, the name of the title is Believing and Conforming. Because this truth, somebody give me Philippians chapter 1, verse 29. This truth is not just about believing that you're an Israelite, and James chapter 1, verse 21 is actually doing. This truth is about doing. Alright? Go ahead.
This is Philippians chapter 1
and
and 9.
Voice.
This is Philippians chapter 1 and verse 9. It says, and
29.
this is 29. It says, for unto you it is given in the behalf of Mashiach, not only to believe on him, but also suffer for his sake.
Yeah, so not only to believe in Yahweh Shai, but also to suffer for his sake. Alright? When it's suffering, it's because you totally, this truth totally envelopes or environs your whole surrounding, your whole being, so that everything you do, it goes hand in hand with the truth. Alright? And people are going to talk shit. People are going to talk shit about you being the truth, talk shit about your lifestyle. But guess what? Once you believe wholeheartedly that this is the truth, you're going to do whatever it takes to be a part of this, circle. Alright? But whereas you have people that they believe that they're an Israelite, alright? As the scripture said, somebody give that in Ezekiel chapter 33, verse 32. Ezekiel 33, verse 32. And then we're gonna go to the next scripture, Acts for James. The James can go ahead.
Ezekiel chapter 33 and verse 32. It says, and lo, thou art unto them as a very lovely song.
Read that verse up.
Verse 31, it says, and they come unto thee as the people cometh, and they sit before thee as my people, and they hear thy words, but they will not do them.
Yeah, they hear thy words, but they will not do them. That is it. All right, they hear thy words, but they will not do them. So they believe the words, but they don't want to do the things that require of them to be a Hebrew Israelite, to be somebody that in the faith. All right, they want to be a part of this world and a part of the truth, and they cannot. All right. You can't be in the truth and be a part of this world. You can't believe in the truth and bring the worldly concept into the truth. All right? Because guess what? There's what we call like a oxymoron. All right? Two things that just don't go hand in hand. It's like an oxymoron. All right? You can't bring worldly concept into the truth. All right?
And the scripture say you can't serve two masters. You understand? It's either you love the Most High, you love Mammon. So you can't serve two because you will not love one, you understand, more than the next. And you can't put one above the other. You understand?
This is Romans chapter 12 and 2. It says, and be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind.
Yeah, be transformed with the renewing of your mind. This truth is about renewal. This truth is about casting off the old man and walking in that new man, in that newness, that oneness with Yahweh Shai. This is what the truth is about. Believing and conforming, not only believing that you are Hebrew Israelite, but also putting leading that old man to the cross and walking in that newness of life. All right? Wherever the scriptures say you go with.
That's right.
It's not bringing
Yes, sir.
all concepts or worldly concepts into the truth, or worldly ideals into the truth. The scriptures talk about the wisdom of this world is foolishness to the Most High. All right, like you have these women, all right, like these women, these so-called women who claim to be the truth. They believe that they're in the truth, or they believe that they're Hebrew Israelites, but then they want to, they show off their hair, so they might see them on social media. They're taking all kind of pictures, with showing off their cleavage and basically showing off their body. But they believe they're Hebrew Israelite, but then their lifestyle is backed with our worldly concept, and they don't do like that. The scriptures talk about being a modest apparel. All right.
That's right.
When you come in this truth, it's about conforming, it's about changing. You actually becoming a new lump. The Lord taking that old vessel, melting it in the furnace of adversity, and structuring it to be something new. All right. All right. The scriptures talk about when you take out the dross and leave something of the finer. So when you come in this truth, is about believing that you are Hebrew Israelite, believing in the Lord Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, and structuring your life and revolving it around the scriptures.
That's right.
Go ahead.
It says,
Can I be or something? Yeah. All right, don't finish on that card.
and be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, that ye may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of God.
Yeah. Acceptable and perfect will of the Most High, not acceptable and perfect will of the world. Forget the world. Forget the things that the world like. Forget the things that the world approve. Galatians chapter 1, verse 8, verse 10. All right? Do we yet seek to please man or please the Most High? We're not seeking to please man. We're seeking to please Yahweh Hashem Yahushai.
That's right.
So that for the Lord come in the boy, when you go to the me, and when you most time when you have a shy prayer was to follow him.
If you are my friends, you will do the things that I command you. And study, keep my commandments.
Stand in the book of Psalms, right? Because it was also written in Hebrews and in Psalms 40, it says, it is my pleasure to do thy will, O power.
I delight to do thy will. I delight to do thy will. You can't come in this truth and believe you are Hebrew, you believe everything in this truth, but then you think it expedient, you think it, it's good that all people be saved. The scriptures never said that. The scriptures never said that all nations are gonna be saved. So if you want all nations to be saved, yeah, you believe in, because you believe you are Hebrew Israelite, but you haven't conformed to this word. Your mind haven't changed to accept this word, and then therefore you are not in the truth. This truth is about believing and conforming. All right, and somebody will look up the word conform. Welcome.
This is the book of this is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 6 and verse 3. Hear therefore, O Israel, and observe to do it, that it may be well with thee, and that ye may increase mightily, as the Lord, the power of thy fathers, hath promised thee, in the land that floweth with milk and honey. So the Most High said to observe to do it. All right, so it's not about coming to the truth, saying he's an Israelite, but the things that are written for the Israelites to do, all right, that is where you have to perform. The doctrine of the Israelites, the Hebrew Israelites, that we have to execute. All right, you can't come in the street and sit on the fence, one foot hanging over in Hebrew Israelite and then 1 foot hanging over in the world.
I have a quick precept with you. This is the book of 1 Timothy, and just get a quick introduction. 1 Timothy chapter 1, verse 3, it says, as I besought thee to abide still at Ephesus when I went to Macedonia, that thou mightest charge some that they teach no other doctrine.
No other doctrine. All right, there are some, all right, that bring heresies into the truth. All right, the heresy, when you look up heresy, a heresy is something that is not basically in accordance with the true doctrine. All right, you're going against the doctrine. You understand? There's a doctrine that should be maintained. All right, within the Hebrew Israelite organization. All right, there's a guideline. All right, there's basically a format, for us to follow. All right? Can't come in the truth and do your own thing. You know? Our next precept here, real quick, Isaiah 8 and 20. It says, to the law and to the testimony, if they speak not according to this word, it is because there is no light in them. All right, so if it is you going against the words of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, it's because you have no light in you. All right?
Already, I'm sure they don't believe in Yahushai.
Yeah. Actually, there is a syllabus that the elders, the apostles, and great millstone that the spirit of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai descend on the apostles are already done. Son?
Right. This is for the PS chapter 3 and our favorite there. Verse 13 it says, brethren, I count not myself to have apprehended, but this one thing I do, forgetting those things which are behind, and reaching forth unto those things which are before.
So, hey, when I could say, when you come in this truth, you have to forget the things that are behind. All right, you have to forget the things that are behind. Just like Moses, I did that lesson today. This is only the faithful men that are going to receive the prize. All right, we have examples of faithful men in the scripture. Moses, scripture says, through faith, he refused to be called, all right, the grandson of Pharaoh. All right, he left that behind. He could have said, all right, I'm not an Israelite, but let me just stay in Egypt and enjoy the things of Egypt. All right, no, he said, hey, I have a duty to perform. All right, I have a road to walk as a Hebrew Israelite. I have to suffer with the children of the Most High. All right, you have to forget the things that are behind.
Hey, guess what? That's what Yahushai did that. The scripture said we have not a high priest who is not touched with our infirmity. Yahushai was touched with our infirmity. The scripture said we moved to be made like unto his brethren. Understand? Yahushai came down and Yahushai was partaker of our suffering. All right? So if Yahushai was partaker of his suffering, then guess what? We all have to be partakers of his suffering. We can't just believe that we are an Israelite and then we don't want to be a part of the inner circle. We don't want to be a part of scoring that the men of the Lord have to go through. We don't want to be a part of the city mockings and the hatred that we have to suffer. All right, on the scorning.
Like the first piece that we're bringing in Philippians 1.
We also suffer. We also suffer for his sake. All right, and that is what some people they want the sweet of the scriptures, but they don't want the bitter. All right, this truth is about Proverbs chapter 11 and 1. It's about balance. Understand? It's about balance. So whereas you eat this word, you eat this roll, and it goes down as sweet, you also have to let it digest and be bitter in your stomach. You have to get the sweet and the bitter. You can't just believe and not conform to this word, or not conform to this word when you realize what the scriptures really have within it. You said, nah, well, I think First Timothy 5 and 21.
Like I say, you can't think thinking like a Christian, having a one-track mind, because they only believe in that prosperity. They don't have that balance.
That is like the doctrine of the Epicureans. You understand? They believe in happiness. You understand that like that prosperity, that like the doctrine of the Epicureans. All right, there is the Christians. All right,
Real quick,
the Epicurean doctrine.
Matthew 20:23, and he said unto them, ye shall drink indeed of my cup, and be baptized with the baptism that I am baptized with. But to sit on my right hand and on my left is not mine to give, but it shall be given to them for whom it is prepared of my Father.
So we're going to be baptized with the baptism, and we have to make our mind ready to be baptized with Yahushai. You understand? We have to make ourselves ready. Hey, the days of trouble are upon us.
That's right.
And if we're going to die with Yahushai, then we shall also reign with him.
That's right.
And things we'll be looking forward to. We believe, Peter said that. We believe and fully persuaded that thou art the anointed. So guess what? We're going all out. And that is your mentality supposed to be in this truth. Your mentality is supposed to be to go all out. It's like playing poker. When you have your chips on the table, guess what? When you realize your hand, your deck looking good, you probably have 3 kings or 3 aces, your deck looking good. So you know what? All in. And you put in full faith in your hand because you believe you're gonna win.
That's right.
But when you put 3/4 of your chips in and hold back, you didn't believe strongly or wholeheartedly that you're gonna win. And you can't be that in this truth. In this truth, you have to put all your chips in. All right? You have to go all in because you believe, hey, this is the only way. So you believe in this truth and you conform to this word because you believe, hey, this is it. It have nothing else. All right, like these people, they come into the truth, they believe they're Hebrew Israelites, but like these women, when it comes to a man having multiple wives, they ain't done with that. They don't believe that. But guess what? You don't believe in the truth. You're not conforming to the truth. And believing and conforming goes hand in hand. You can't select 1 Timothy 5:21. You can't select what to believe. It is not your duty to select what to believe. Your duty is to keep his commandments.
That's right.
All right? You can't choose what to believe. The Lord already set the portfolio. The Lord already set the standard. The Lord already set the ground. The Lord already laid the foundation. The Lord already laid the plate. And all we have to do is to follow.
That's right.
All right? So it's not our duty, it's not within us. We don't have the right, we don't have the obligation, and we don't have the choice to choose what to do and what not to do. All we have to do is to follow. 1 Timothy 5:21.
This is 1 Timothy chapter 5, verse 21. I charge thee before Yahweh.
Paul said what?
I charge thee before Yahweh.
And he was talking to Timothy. He said, I charge thee. Timothy was a man that was brought up in the law. All right? Timothy was a man that was brought up in the law. So Timothy knew the law. All right? Timothy was a young man in the truth. All right? Go ahead.
And the Lord Yahweh.
Hey, and guess what? Timothy was an Israelite. You people say that, oh, his father was a Greek. Guess what? When you look at the word Greek goes back to Helen, which means he was a Greek-speaking Jew. All right? But his mother was a Jewess. His mother knew who she was. All right? So Timothy was a man who grew up in the word. And Paul let him go because he was a young man. So there's a Paul charging him. Well,
it says, I charge thee before Yahweh and the Lord Yahweh Shai Mashiach and the elect angels, that thou observe these things without preferring one before another, doing nothing by partiality.
So don't prefer one before another. Do nothing in partiality. Eat this whole role. We don't have that choice. We don't have that opportunity where we can say, all right, you know what? I would believe that a man can have a wife, but I don't believe that he can have more than one. I don't believe that a man can have sex with a woman under 18. Motherfucker, who the hell is you to say that a woman under the age of 18 is underage? The scripture said in Luke chapter 5, and I believe is 31, it's talk about the damsel. So the damsel was 12 years old. I want to look at the word damsel. I believe it's Luke or John. All right? Look at the word damsel. It means what? A woman of marriage of age. So from the time a woman seen her period, she could be 12 years old. All right? She could get married. But we're not in our kingdom. We're not in our kingdom, so we can't exercise our laws. But guess what? We doing that in the scripture. We're not supposed to have a problem with that. But it have Israelites that have a problem with that. It have Israelites that have a problem with a woman at the age of 14 years old being married to a man at the age of 30. That is not unlawful. But being in this kingdom, it is not expedient. But it's not unlawful. And you Israelites have a problem with a young woman getting married to a man. Guess what? You're not in the truth. You're not in the truth. All right, somebody who hold 1 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 21. Go ahead. Anybody who have a precept can bring it out.
And if I may say, Job 12, verse 8 say, even nature teaches us. Right? Because if you watch nature, all right, most animals from the time the animals start, the females start to bleed or see the period, That is what they call the calling stage. And most males does be attracted to the female at that time. So the same thing with a woman, right? The scripture talk about the flower of the age, right? And that is going through the period. Even if you do biology or I can't remember integrated science in primary school, when a flower starts to send out that scent or that blossom, you understand the male trees, sometimes some trees, you know what it is in science, but male trees are sent out the pollen to fertilize the female tree. Cross pollination to others. You understand?
Is the book of Titus chapter 2 and verse 3. It says, the aged women likewise, that they may be in behavior as become in holiness, not false accusers, not given to much wine, teachers of good things, that they may teach the young women to be sober, to love their husbands, to love their children. And scripture also says that I will that the young women marry. You understand? So if you preaching doctrine that a 12-year-old woman shouldn't marry, you're going off. A woman that's seen a period shouldn't marry, you're going off. Alright, the scripture says that the young women should marry. You understand? Scripture says with the aged women teach what? The young women to love their what? Their husband. Alright?
This is 2nd Ezra chapter 16, verse 33. The virgins shall mourn, having no bridegrooms, and the women shall mourn, having no husband. Their daughters shall mourn, having no helpers. All right. So it says what? It says the virgin shall mourn, having no husbands. And the word virgin don't mean a woman that never had sex. It means a young woman of marriageable age. You understand? Alama.
What is going with some men?
Hey, guess what? So that I forget the name of the version of the Bible, but they're actually gonna change when it says in Isaiah 7:14 said a virgin shall bring forth a child, call his name Emmanuel. It says a young woman of marriageable age.
Geneva Bible.
I can't remember. No, they're actually gonna
Change it.
yeah, right, because it said this is not what it originally meant. They're gonna change it to what it originally meant. It originally meant a young woman of marriageable age and not a woman that never had sex.
Alright. What I was gonna say, what has happened sometimes you will read the scriptures, all right, you will go to, you will see that certain things are lawful, but then yet still within yourself there's a law wrestling against the law. A law within, like Paul said, a law within my members wrestling against. You understand? So like it's certain principles that you said keeping the world wrestling against the principles of the Most High. You understand? And then in your mind or you find that you have a confusion, and then to you not feeding the spirit, yes, your flesh conquering what you're supposed to do. Alright, what is right. You understand? It overthrowing your judgment. You understand?
Because before as we came in the truth, about some months before I came in the truth, you understand, I did stuff before, right? A Christian woman, she came, a Jehovah's Witness namely, alright, came and she basically broke down with tried to break down that we could eat pork. You understand? Hey, you prophesy to yourself, hey, and basically with him myself, boy, I see the scriptures. I'm not supposed to be eating pork. Basically the law of pork. But she tried to bring now with this false doctrine in Christianity that they can eat pork. You understand?
It's something that the world.
Yeah.
Wrestling against the spirit. That's why as soon as them thoughts come in your mind, you had to go back to the scriptures, go back to what the scripts say. You understand? Sometimes men go too far off in their own thoughts.
Scripture says, Lord, change it not.
I'm pending for a while here. This is Colossians chapter 1, starting at verse 21. It says, and you that were sometime alienated, right, and enemies in your mind by wicked works, yet now had he reconciled in the body of his flesh through death, to present you holy and unblameable and unreprovable in his sight, if he continue in faith, grounded and settled, and be not moved away from the hope of the gospel which ye have heard, and which was preached to every creature which is under heaven. Wherefore I, Paul, am made a minister.
Now, just to run back to what you were saying that, the law of the world is more against your mind when they come into the truth. Understand? This is Romans chapter 7, verse 16. It says, if then I do that which I would not, I consent unto the law that is good. You understand? So you go back to the law, you feed that spirit. You understand? Because we know coming out this refresh on the world. So then therefore when we go into the scriptures and we see things, then the concept of the world gonna be in our mind like, nah, that ain't right. But then the scripture still right. But then the world not approving it. So then you go back to the law, so that the law can cleanse your mind of the filthy communication of the world. Understand? So you need to feed your mind, you need to feed the spirit with this word.
That's right.
Understand?
If I may add, still up here, after Moshe, then I'm sorry for yes, talk about the things that are good, because sometimes things and scriptures, it's spiritual and it kind of contrary to the things that is good. So a lot of men might get offenses within it. You understand? But the scripture talk about that. Right? This is Ecclesiasticus 42 verse 1. It says, of these things be not thou ashamed, and accept no person to sin thereby. It says, of the law of the Most High and his covenant, and of judgment to justify the ungodly. Because guess what? When you speak against homosexuals right about now, homosexuals is like the in thing right about now around the world, right? Even in Tel Aviv, and we see what's going on right about now with Donald Trump giving Israel the sovereignty of Israel, and they're supposed to be, well, not them, but they disguising themselves as the children of the Most High. They're supposed to be the beacon around the whole world. So when it is that they're pushing this homosexual agenda and men come out speaking against it, which are the true words of the Most High, a lot of people gonna say, hey, they have hate in their heart, and they, all kind of manner of evil. But the scripture said, be not ashamed of the law of the Most High. Right? As our brothers did a video, the brother from the whole I Come Quickly said GMS never teach a rape doctrine, but the Most High have certain things outlined concerning rape. You understand? So at no point in time GMS ever teach that you're supposed to go there and rape people. That part of the doctrine is like, hey, if this happens, this is what's supposed to be done. If somebody murders somebody, this is what's supposed to be done. If somebody kill a virgin without intent of actually killing him, this is what's supposed to be done, where you basically cut out three cities, for the lack of words, Babakosha, right? And for the Avenger, where the priests and the Most High laws concerning these things, and that's all GMS teach. We never teach you go and have sex down that. No.
Because the scripture did say if you catch a man laying with a man like how he's supposed to lay with a man, what else to put to death? The blood must be upon them. But hey, we don't go around killing faggots from day to day. But that is the judgment they are supposed to get. That is the judgment the Most High lay out for them, that so they be slaughtered. So we put to death. You understand? So why does it take in the rape doctrine, like if somebody's saying,
because the man be believing the whole
yeah.
Because we believe and we conform.
Because it's the truth that's coming out. This is the truth this will find. They don't answer like one thing, and the brother from the whole I'm coming quickly, I don't know his name, Salakia. Alright, what you're saying is it's a men who love the daughters, and not like if men would not be really okay that a man go and rape his daughter. Just the Most High say, hey, if this happen, whatever the case is, this is what's supposed to be done. That is all. Alright, so.
This is 1 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 21. You cannot drink the cup of Yahweh Shemel Shai and the cup of devils. You cannot be partakers of Yahweh Shemel Shai's table and of the tables of devils. Do we provoke Yahweh to jealousy? Are we stronger than he? So guess what? We can't be partakers of this truth and be partakers of the world. We can't conform to this truth while still believing in the concepts of this world. All right? We can't do that. All right? This truth, this word is about believing and conforming. All right? You are not conform to this truth. As the brother read in 1 Corinthians 12, but being renewed in the spirit of your mind. All right? Go ahead. Romans 12. All right? This is Romans chapter 10. Romans chapter 10, verse 13. And it says, whosoever shall call upon the name of Yahweh shall be saved. Or then shall they call upon him whom they have not believed? And how shall they believe on him whom they have not heard? And how shall they hear without a preacher? And how shall they preach except they be sent? As it is written, how beautiful are the feet of them that preach the gospel of peace and bring a glad tidings of good things. But they have not all obeyed the gospel. And it is unto this very day, they have not all obeyed the gospel. They have not all obeyed this word. They have not all conformed to this truth. All right? For Isaiah said, Lord, what need our report? For them faith cometh by hearing, and hearing by the word of Yahweh. But I say, have they not heard? Yes, verily, their song went into all the earth, and their words unto the ends of the world. It says, but I say, did not Israel know? First Moses said, I will provoke you to jealousy by them that are not a people, and by a foolish nation will I anger you. But Isaiah is very bold and said, I was fond of them that sought me not, and I was made manifest unto them that act not after me. But Israel said, all day have I stretched forth my hands unto disobedient and gainsaying people. And guess what? You people who claim to be true disobedient and gainsaying. All right? As Paul said, I charge you not to prefer one thing over another. And that is what you do. You prefer one thing over another. There are some of you that believe that this kingdom, this is it. This is not it. All right? This is not it.
Yeah.
We seek a kingdom to come.
That's right.
All right? We seek one to come, and this is not it. All right? So if you believe that this is, guess what? You have not believed in the truth. All right? The scriptures talk about not letting the incredulity of them hinder me. All right? And if you don't believe that the whole truth, guess what? Then you are not baptized. All right? You are not baptized. All right? If anybody has something, they can bring it out.
Scripture say, this is Amos chapter 6 and verse 1. It says, Amos chapter 6 and verse 1. It says, woe to them that are at ease in Zion and trust in the mountains of Samaria, which are named chief of the nations to whom the house of Israel came. All right, so if 2/3, hey, you people who are at ease in Zion, that you're comfortable, and as the Apostle Gabar did the video last year, you know, you're complacent, you're comfortable in this place. All right, destruction to you, because this ain't a rest. All right, you're not supposed to be comfortable in this world. You're not supposed to be conformed. All right, to the things that this world. The scripture say, woe ye adulterers and adulteresses, know ye not that the friendship of the Most High is enemy to the Most High? Because the things that this world is carnality. All right, Esau is the god of carnality. You're not supposed to be trusting in the things of this world, all this technology and all this kind of bullshit. You're supposed to seek spiritual things. All right. They can't.
This is 2 Peter chapter 3 and 11. It says, seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved.
All these things shall be dissolved. You understand? Because Mosiah had no pleasure in this wicked kingdom. He set up Esau as his left hand, but the Mosiah have a kingdom that will not be established with. He will not set up that kingdom underneath, put it underneath his son Yahushai, where he will not be all in all, and the elect, which is 144,000, and the 2/3, which some of you don't believe that the 2/3 will not come back, and that is being fucking wicked. All right. But anyway, they're going to come back. All right, they're going to come back to the lines that they want to. All right, good.
What manner of persons ought ye to be in all holy conversation and godliness?
Right, in holy conversation and godliness, you understand? I mean, what you be clean, you ain't talking the things that you go no more. You ain't talking about getting a PhD out there or a degree or setting up schools or bullshit. All right, Hebrew Israelite schools and these kind of things, you understand? You're supposed to be way out of this mindset. All right, no way in life your mind could be on the level of Yahweh, you understand? But you're supposed to have a certain level of the mindset that the Mosiah scripture said the Mosiah will do nothing but reveal his secrets unto the servants, the prophets. So guess what? They're going to have a certain level, a certain mindset also that different from the rest of the people upon the earth. All right.
It says, look, be conformed.
Yeah,
Yo, bring on that. Let me bring it out one time, Baba Kasha. So it says conformist. A conformist is a person who follows the traditional standards.
Traditional standards. So you're following the traditional standards. Jeremiah 6:16. It says, seek the old paths. Right, go ahead.
Of conduct. Conformist comes from the old French word conformer, which means to agree to, make, or be similar, be agreeable.
Be agreeable. All right. So as the title said, you have to believe and to conform, not just believe. But you have to conform to this. You have to see the old, you have to walk in the old paths. All right. You have to walk in the old paths.
Right? It says verse 12. Looking for and hastening unto the coming of the day of power, wherein the heavens being on fire shall be dissolved, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. Nevertheless, according to the promise, looking for new heaven and a new earth, wherein dwelleth righteousness.
The mind's supposed to already be conformed.
And guess what? That is why 2/3 of Israel didn't make it into the old kingdom. Because their mind wasn't conformed. The Lord destroyed that wicked generation in the wilderness 40 years. Because they couldn't conform to the Most High. Because their mind was stained with the doctrine of Egypt. So because they couldn't conform, the Lord destroyed them. But you know what they say? It have this old saying in Trinidad where it said, bend the tree when it's young. Because when it's old, you can't bend it. And that's what the Mosiah Shai did. He bent the young tree. He bent the young generation. The young generation was able to mold into what he wanted. But the old generation, as the scripture said, they can't put new wine in old skin. They were how to say, understand? They were like sinew, you understand? They were like an adamant stone with the doctrine of Egypt. So the Lord destroyed them so that he could structure the new generation, all right, so that they would believe and also conform to how he want them to be. And this is what the Lord do with us in these last days. All right, the Lord structuring us, the Lord conforming us, the Lord shaping us to being acceptable in his sight.
This is 2 Corinthians chapter 5 and verse 17. It says, therefore, if any man be in Mashiach, he is a new creature.
He is a new creature. You have to be new. You have to be made new. You have to be renewed. The scripture said in 1 Thessalonians 4:26, it says to be renewed in the spirit of your mind. I think it's 5:26. Somewhere around here. It says to be renewed in the spirit of your mind. You have to be renewed. To be renewed means that you put off all the ideas that you thought that you once knew, all the things that you thought that you that were true. You have to cast off that. The scripture says that you have to become a fool to be wise.
You want it? I had some copy.
Can you go hold that too? Go ahead.
New creature, all things are passed away.
All things are passed away. The things of the world are passed away. Go ahead.
Behold, all things are become new.
All things have become new. Can understand? Go ahead.
Yeah,
Is it?
one first, the Corinthians.
Can go ahead.
This is 1 Corinthians 3:18. Let no man deceive himself. If any man among you seemeth to be wise in this world, let him become a fool, that he may be wise.
Can you become a fool to become wise? You understand? You have to become fool. You have to cast off the things that you knew in this world. All right, to become a new law. Understand? Go ahead.
This is the book of Sirach, chapter 17 and verse 16.
Right?
It says, every man from his youth is given to evil. Neither could they make to themselves fleshy hearts for stoning. See, as from my youth up, I can speak for myself, from my youth up, I was given to evil. You understand? So, the most I know how to get that transition, you had to make that heart that you had was stony, all right, in the flesh, through this word. You understand? And when you read in Ezekiel 36, 22. I can get it quickly.
Why are you looking at the something?
Can.
It says Ephesians chapter 5, verse 22, chapter 4, verse 22, that you put off concerning the former conversation of the old man, which is corrupt according to the deceitful lust, and be renewed in the spirit of your mind, and that you put on a new man, which after Yahweh is created in righteousness and true holiness. All right, so you have to be renewed in the spirit of your mind. You have to put on holiness. You have to forsake all that you knew and become a new law. All right, you can't come in this truth with old concepts. All right, because they don't mix. All right, well,
Ezekiel 36 and 25. Then will I sprinkle clean water upon you. Like a way I understand is the things that you learned before you came into the truth. Majority of them, or most, if not all, is filth. All right, before you came into the truth, you was a filthy man. All right, so you had to be thoroughly cleansed. All right, you can't come into the truth and you're walking with a baggage. All right, you're walking with a luggage with the old you, the parts of the old you. And no one so often you're putting back on piece of the old you.
that's unfair.
Can.
This is 2 Ezra chapter 14, verse 34. Therefore, if so be that you will subdue your own understanding and reform your hearts, ye shall be kept alive, and after death shall obtain mercy.
Reform is a reformation. All right, it's a transformation that will take place when you're coming into this truth. All right, I mean, how should I say, hey, you're right now all these fishers, I want to make all the fishers of men. You transform them. You understand? You say, come follow me and become now fishers of men. You change your work. You understand? Give them a new work, a new lifestyle. Turn them from fishers into preachers. You understand? When they come into the truth, they so you must change. All right? It says, continuing here, it says, then will I sprinkle clean water upon you. All right, when you read Ephesians 5:26, I washing the water by the word. So the word, all right, is word that purifying that water. It says that ye shall be clean from all your filthiness, and from all your idols will I cleanse you. A new heart also will I
That's what
give
the Lord
you.
was trying to do Israel in the wilderness. Cleansing of them idols. Understand? But they were not all washed. Some of them still held fast the concept of Egypt. And that is why they had to be destroyed. And just like what the Lord did to the old generation in Egypt, if you don't conform to this truth, the Lord gonna do the same thing to you in these last days. The Lord gonna destroy you. Because it's not just believing, you have to conform. Your mind have to change to and adapt to this word. You just have to believe wholeheartedly what the Lord said. And not that. I believe in this, but I don't believe in that. It don't work like that. Because that is not believing. When you believe in something, you don't doubt. Believing is forward. All right? Doubting is a man that going both ways. He's unstable. The scriptures talk about a double-minded man. All right?
When continuing in verse 27, it says, and I will Salakia, verse 26, a new heart also will I give you, and a new spirit will I put within you, and I will take away the stony heart out of your flesh, and I will give you an heart of flesh, and I will.
And that's why that's not me say also, right? Not because they get the name Yahweh while Yahweh shy and they call it not the name Yahweh while Yahweh shy doesn't mean that you're gonna make it into the kingdom. You understand? Your whole persona is, if to say I'm using the correct word, or it have to change. You understand? As the brother said, you have to believe wholeheartedly that this is it, right? You have to be conformed to whatever the word say. All right, and that is why it will be established that there is one set of teachers above you. You understand? You can't have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different teachers. Like how ITR Israel tried and find will say, hey, they are the men of the Lord, they are the apostles, like how Sakari, you know, even though men getting the props concerning this asshole, whatever the case is. All right, sorry for being rude in speech, all right, but not in knowledge. All right, there's only one set of men that the Most High set up. All right, coming down a line, the same way how you use Adam, the same way how you use Abraham. There's one set coming down, and those men are the men of great millstone. Not because you are the name of it, sir.
And these men are consistent. Not like trying to find Paul. They said, self-proclaimed apostles. They're not consistent. The apostles of great millstone are consistent. You know?
No, it's about
Let's talk about that proof or manifest.
Well, you know, so yeah, it's about your wholeheartedness towards Yahweh Shem Shai, because the scripture says many call his name, but in the book of Jeremiah, Isaiah, you understand, but the Most High have not chose them. You understand?
That is one that says Lord, Lord.
Yeah,
Somewhere fair. There's 1 Corinthians 11, verse 18. It says, for first of all, when you come together in the church, I hear that there are divisions among you, and I partly believe it. For there must be also heresies among you. So look at me with heresies. All right? That they which are approved may be made manifest among you. Understand? So yeah, you're gonna have this group believing in that group believing in that. But guess what? The ones that are approved are gonna be made manifest. The ones that are approved are the ones that hold fast to this truth, that hold fast to the doctrine of Yahweh Hashem Shai, which are the apostles of Tehar, Apostle Rekah, Apostle Gaban, Apostle Ariam, all the way down. That hold fast to this truth and have not deviated from this word. All right? These are the men that are approved. And if you want to be approved, you also have to hold fast to this. You can't choose to believe in one part of the scriptures and not believe in the other part. You have to believe and conform to this word. All right? Go ahead.
Heresy. It says, for unknown heresies, belief or opinion contrary. It says to Orthodox religious, especially Christian doctrine, was dissension, descendant, blasphemy, non-conformity.
Hey, like Nate. All right? They believe that salvation comes by the law. All right? That comes through the law. But let's read this. They say that we are faith-based Israelites, right? That's what they call us, faith-based Israelites. But this is what the scripture said.
Like with the fucked up.
This is Acts chapter 16, verse 30. It says, I brought them and said, sirs, what must I do to be saved? And they said, believe on the Lord Yahushua Mashiach, and thou shalt be saved and thy house. So it comes by faith.
Yeah.
All right? So if you don't want to conform to this whole truth and believe in this word, then you wouldn't be saved. Then you are not clean. All right? With hands down, you're not clean.
Not conform.
This is Ecclesiasticus chapter 15 and 15. It says, if thou wilt to keep the commandments and to perform acceptable faithfulness.
Acceptable faithfulness. When you know what's faith? Faith is you closing your eyes and falling backwards, knowing that somebody will be able to catch you. Faith is believing in this truth wholeheartedly. That's what faith is. All right? Faith is like wherever you see the Bible, you just go with. Wherever the Lord said, you go with. All right? Like the church of Berea, once you search the scripture and you believe, hey, you see that, hey, the Lord said to do this, the Lord said to do it. Guess what? That's by going with it. Guess what? There's where it is. That is faith. Go ahead.
But yeah, when the Lord was giving out the at the night at the Passover, he say, eat this bread and drink this cup. He didn't ask the question who want bread and who want drink. He say, hey, eat this and drink this. Alright? And that represented him. You understand? And we said, behold, I come in with volume and the book. Alright, so you can't select, you can't pick and choose what you want.
Hey, go ahead.
You can't pick and choose what you want. You can't say I want this part of your house shine and I want this part. The house shine say, hey, drink my blood and eat my flesh. You understand? And that way house shine he giving us all of him. Right? Because the blood is where the life is. You understand? They had to consume all of your house shine. You know?
Many was offended in another point in time.
Yep, let them left.
They didn't believe, they didn't conform, and understand that they are offended and they believe. You understand? So the thing about it, as I rightly said, is you have to digest.
I was strongly believe, you know, hey, and I heard Amma once say it, you know, you see, wherever you have been given in your plate on the Passover, you should eat all. Eat all. You shouldn't be dumping any away, you know, or leaving any behind. The only thing should remain is the bones. You know, we're not supposed to eat bones with the blood, you know. And the only thing should dump, the herbs, the bitter, the sweet, everything's supposed to be consumed. You know? Symbolic. Alright, it's symbolic for us consuming, eating the whole roll, consuming all of the Yahushai. Alright, because Yahushai went all out for us. He went upon that cross. He gave his life. He laid down his life. You understand? Are you laying down your life? Are you giving yourself wholly? Or are you reserving part of yourself? That we have to consider. You know?
Hey, they eat the whole roll as well. So let's say it could be sweet in your mouth, but when I go down your belly,
Bitter.
feel like it will be bitter. You know?
It's bitter. And we have been warned of this. The scripture say, count the course. Count the course, and the scripture say, examine yourself. Let a man so examine himself before he eats, because he ain't eating half of them. You had to eat all. So examine, check, and consider if you really want to start eating. Because he ain't eating some and say you ain't leaving back the rest. You had to eat all of that. You understand? And you had to be worried.
This truth
You had to be sure in other words.
You had to be sure.
This truth ain't only about because this ain't the fucking, you know, pop girls or you know, blasted, what you call it, that everything, you know, the Teletubbies, where everything is cotton candy and sugar and spice and everything nice. You understand? Because one of the things that we learned in the Garden of Eden was to do good and evil, right? As I said in the previous video before this, as Ella Yaakov said, and Ella Apostle Bar used to say after him, we came on the Western Hemisphere to learn what is wickedness, to appreciate what is righteousness. You understand? So we're supposed to know the two sides of the spectrum. This is how the Most High will set us up to be the rightful rulers of the world. Because guess what? If we don't only know what's righteousness, we will not be good judges. Because when somebody going through what adultery or different being poor in the kingdom to come, all right, we will not be able to judge them rightfully. So the Most High had to teach us good and evil in order to, when the kingdom come, when nations come before the children of Israel, all right, we have to learn, all right, how to deal with that situation. We're not only supposed to know one hand, we're supposed to know the two hands. You understand? Can. Proverbs 11, a false balance is a we call it to the more side.
Some fear. Because guess what? Hey, when you come in this truth, you have to, as he said, you have to know both sides.
Can.
Understand? You have to know the good and the bad, or the good and the ugly of the scriptures. Understand? This is 1 Corinthians chapter 1, verse 10. Now I beseech you, brethren, by the name of our Lord Yahushua Mashiach, that you all speak the same thing, and that there be no divisions among you, but that ye be perfectly joined together in the same mind and in the same judgment. For it had been declared unto me of you, my brethren, by them which are of the house of Chloe. It says, right, of Chloe, that there are contentions among you. It says, now this I see, that every one of you said, I am of Paul, and I am of Apollos, and I am of Cephas, and I am of Mashiach. Is Mashiach divided? There's the question, is Mashiach divided? Can you say I believe in this, and then I believe in that, and this one says I don't believe in this, but I believe not? Yahushua is not divided.
That is Hindu doctrine.
The children of God.
You can't choose what to believe. The truth is the truth.
Yeah.
The truth is the truth, and that is it, hands down. The truth is the truth. You can't choose what to believe. You either believe or you don't believe. You either hot or you cold. You can't be lukewarm in this truth. The Lord gonna spew you out. You can't be partakers of the Lord's table and be partakers of Satan, of devils. You can't believe that Yahweh Hashem is his name, but then you believe that that a man is supposed to have more than one wife, or that if a woman under the age of 18, she's not supposed to get married. That is wickedness. That the scriptures never said that. All right? You can't believe that salvation is for Israel, but then believe that all people should be saved. The scriptures never said that. All right? So it's either you believe or you don't believe. All right? And a lot of you are going to be destroyed because you want the scriptures to be based off of emotions. All right? The scriptures is not emotional. All right? The scriptures, somebody look up the word logic.
Yeah.
Look up the word logic.
The word logic is supposed to go back to that which makes sense. You understand? If I'm not mistaken.
Look up the word logic. And you will see why this word is for the men. All right? Look up the word logic.
Only men listen to logic.
You can't deal with this truth of emotions. All right? Look up the word logic.
All right. It says logic.
Etymology.
It says reasoning conducted or assisted according to strict principles of validity. Experience is better guide to this than deductive logic. Science of reasoning, science of deduction, science of thought, dialects, argument.
Is it etymology?
Nah, that ain't that.
Nah, we're etymology.
Etymology.
What is it, etymology?
Okay.
Look up logic and etymology.
Okay.
Alright, go ahead.
It says logic, branch of philosophy that treats or forms a thinking, science or the distinction of the true form falls reasoning. Logic, Greek, reasoning.
So basically, logic goes back to reasoning. And women don't deal with reason, women deal with emotions. All right?
So I think when you go into the Hebrew, right? Philosophy, which logic, as I said, means love of truth.
And love of truth. You understand? Women don't deal with logic, so the word is for men that deal with logic. All right? And logic, when you deal with logic, guess what? You accept things for the way they are. Understand? You don't see something for what it is, but then deny it because you believe it should be another way. All right? The truth is the truth. So if you can't accept the truth for what it is, then guess what? Best you don't handle the truth. The scripture said, handle not. If you don't believe the truth for what it is, if you can't accept the truth for what it is, then guess what? Then don't have no dealings with the truth. Don't call yourself a Hebrew Israelite, but then you believe, I believe that the scripture is supposed to be this, or I believe that it's supposed. No, it's not what you believe it is. It is what it is. It is what it is.
Then they be any effeminate. We and should be when it is that they ain't believe what the scripture say. You understand? Because I say a lot logic goes back to that which makes sense or I love and the truth. Alright, and most of it goes back to basically wisdom. Alright, and scripture said the most I have not imparted unto her knowledge, neither wisdom. Alright, so you not because the Big Judah, me and he had a argument there on YouTube. Alright, he saying what yes, certain specks of the Gentiles gonna be saved, which is like them other nations. I said no breads. Alright, and you have basically a problem like you understand? Then you'll be any effeminate. It is what it is as the brother said.
Like guess what? That is like you being a Hebrew Christianite. You being a Hebrew Israelite, but then you say Most High Christ.
Yeah.
All right? You can't come in this truth but then keep backing with a Christian background. You can't be a Christian and call yourself a Hebrew Israelite. You are either a Hebrew Israelite or you are a Christian. You can't come in this truth believing that Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob were yet Most High Christ.
Guess
what? It's all about we call it not advertisement, marketing.
Yeah.
That is what about marketing. GOCC, the name of, and according to GOCC, the Most High name is Ahai and the Son name is Yeshaya. But GOCC means Gathering of Christ Church. The reason why you call it Gathering of Christ Church is because of marketing. Guess what? We are Hebrew Israelites, but Christ. Then guess what? You're gonna get the masses to come because the masses already know Christ. So they're gonna come to. But guess what? We're not about that. We are both conforming. So guess what? We are Hebrew Israelites. The name of the Most is Yahweh, and the Son's name is Yahweh Shai.
That's right.
All right? So it's either you done with the program or you ain't done with the program. All right? But we're not gonna twist the words of the Lord Most High until to be destroyed.
They get done with it, you know.
You understand? You're not done with this or you're not done with this. The name of the Most is Yahweh and the Son's name is Yahweh Shai. We're not gonna mix Christianity with the truth. And that is what a lot of you people be doing. You mixing Christianity with the truth. We are not Hebrew Christianites, we are Hebrew Israelites. That's right. All right, get it right. Yes, I'm not. All right, that's what it's about. You understand? We're not faithless but believing. If anybody else, we go close off. All right.
Scripture say, if any man had no faith, his soul had no pleasure in him.
God. You understand? Hey, anybody have anything? Nobody have nothing?
I will bring one thing.
All right, go ahead.
Second Corinthians chapter 5 and verse 7. It says, for we walk by faith, not by sight.
That's right.
Understand? Understand? You walk by faith and not by sight. Understand? You don't go wholeheartedly into this truth. All right, go ahead. But if any man draw it back, my soul have no pleasure in him. You understand? Go ahead.
This is book of Revelation, chapter 21 and verse 8. It says, but the fearful and the unbelieving and the abominable and murderers and whoremongers and sorcerers and idolaters and all liars shall have their part in the lake which burneth with fire and brimstone, which is the second.
And the scriptures talk about them that love the time believe it alive.
Come.
You understand? If you're not conformed to the truth, then you believe in a lie. You understand? You have something?
Yeah, if I can say this too, right? I was about something from advice and he talk about the second death. I'm talking about the second death that will be burning forever in hell. You understand? So I say, burning forever in hell. I say, who will be burning forever in hell? Them the ones that can make it into the chariots. I say, okay. And let's leave it because he doesn't see them. Eh?
Lord mercy and death.
Hey, so why the scriptures talk about the first resurrection? If they have a first resurrection, then they have a second resurrection. So it's the second resurrection. In Romans chapter 9, it says, all Israel shall be saved. Alright, so all Israel gonna make it, and as the brother said in Psalms 136, his mercies endure forever. So if the Lord gonna allow 2/3 of Israel to be born forever, then guess what his mercies do endure forever?
Necessarily by
The scripture said the rest of the dead live not after 1,000 years. So the nations gonna go 1,000 years of slavery, and after 1,000 years of slavery, gonna go back to their own land. What about 2/3 of Israel?
I the Lord God change now.
Come. When?
This is Psalms 103, starting at verse 8. It says, Yahweh is merciful and generous, gracious, slow to anger, and plenteous in mercy.
Come.
He will not always chide, neither will he keep his anger forever.
Come.
So,
Yes, well, I have some here to close off it. Well, yeah.
This is 2 Corinthians chapter 6, verse 14. It says, Be not unequally yoked altogether with unbelievers. For what fellowship hath unrighteousness with unrighteousness? And
What fellowship with righteousness with unrighteousness? Word.
and with communion had light with darkness,
Word.
and with
And what?
and what
Together.
and what concord had Mashiach had what's that word?
Yeah. Belial.
Belial, with part had he that believeth with an
With an infidel. With an infidel is someone who don't believe in the truth. You understand? So, guess what the scripture said in Amos chapter 3 and 3 can two work together except if they agree. So guess what? Once you're in this truth, you have to be in this truth. You can't be in this truth, but you doubting. Guess what? 1 ounce of doubt is like a little level in the whole lump. Understand? You can't be in this truth and then all the truth. You have to be in the truth. Understand? Right.
Read Revelation 22, right? And I want to read that verse. I'll start at 18. It says, For I testify unto every man that heareth the words of the prophecy of this book. If any man shall add unto these things, the Most High shall add unto him the plagues that are written in this book. And if any man shall take away from the words of the book of this prophecy, the Most High shall take away his part out of the book of life and out of the holy city and from the things which are written in this book.
Yeah. Understand? So by you not believing and you think that it should be something as you added on to it. And if you don't believe, then you trying to take away, especially if you go there teaching otherwise, you taking away and adding on these scriptures. So you looking for trouble. All right? And you find a precept here, this is Colossians chapter 2, verse 20. It says, Wherefore, if you be dead with Mashiach from the rudiments or the elements of this world, why, as though living in the world, are you subject to the ordinances?
Wow.
All right? Why are you subject to the ordinances? Why are you coming into this truth, but yet you believe in the concept of the world? All right? Why you believe in the truth, but you believe all people should be saved? Why you believe in the truth, but then you believe that a man should have more than one wife? Why you believe in the truth, but then believe that a woman under the age of 18 is unlawful for her to get married? All right? That those things are not unlawful. All right? Why you believe in the truth, but then you believe that if a man has sex with a prostitute, it's unlawful? All right? Why you believe that? Why you believe in the truth for Israel be delivered, but then you believe that this is the kingdom, and then we have to make it here. All right? You believe it, but you don't conform into the truth. Why you believe in the truth, but then you believe a woman could just do whatever she wants. She could cover her hair to do whatever she wants. She could take pictures with her cleavage all out. It don't matter. All right? You could come in this truth, but then you could continue to do worldly ass things. All right? The scripture said that we are called unto liberty, but don't use this liberty for an occasion of the flesh. So by you coming in this truth and believing that you could just do whatever you want then you live in according to the flesh and not according to the spirit. You've been subject to the rudiments of this world. So you believe, but you have not conformed. That's when the scripture said they have not all believed. All right, anybody have anything?
Ever learning, but yet not
That's
still.
completely true. Psalms 126, the last verse says,
And I will prove of it.
last verse, it says, this is Psalm 126 and 6. It says, he that goeth forth and weepeth, bringing precious seeds, shall doubtless come again with rejoicing, bringing his sheaves with him. You don't want to doubt, you know what I mean? It will be a sure, it will be a sure something.
Kind of sure seed. That's that. Once you believe wholeheartedly in this truth, the scripture said they shall not be ashamed that wait for him.
Good.
You're gonna be ashamed. But you don't it, it's like, guess what? You're preparing for the worst. You say, you know what? You know, I believe in the truth, but just in case it don't turn out the way I think, you know, I'm still holding fast to this other doctrine. Now, guess what? When you in this truth, you have to go full 100.
Yeah.
All right? You have to go full 100. That's right.
The servants that gave, like they had the 5 talents I have, which I gave them. When the master gave them, they give it all the coin, they sent all to the exchangers.
Hey, this scripture said the kingdom of heaven is like a man that found a jewel in a land. He sold all he had.
Can I give you all? You know, give up yourself wholly to the doctrine, to the word they are washing ocean. You know?
Like the woman who gave all that she had, and the rich man that gave things. The woman just gave 2 mice and a pencil, and she gave more because she gave all that she had. And the rich man gave her just a portion.
You know what was his silly excuse? And the one that had one talent, he said he was afraid. That was his excuse. I was afraid. You understand? He was afraid. You know what happened? Then he was doubting. You understand? You're saying next thing is not so. I'm gonna hold back. I'm gonna do into that. Next thing is not so. He afraid. You understand? When it's already set, he's still afraid. When you press say, hey, let me God give you some talent, let me go. Full 100, he running with his battle, he running with his mantle.
You said you have to make yourself holy, right?
Can.
It says 1 Timothy chapter 4, verse 15. Meditate upon these things. Give thyself wholly to them, that thy profiting may appear to all.
Give yourself wholly, boy.
And saying give yourself wholly until total, just as the Christian is saying, surrender all. You have to surrender all to Yahweh Shemi and Shai. No, for real, you know? You just surrender all to Yahweh Shemi and Shai.
Because they go on the whole armor. The whole armor, you can't forget nothing.
You're there? Did I like your life?
Hey, you know, so with that, hey, we hope it was edifying. Stand here and believe and conform to this truth, not just believe and, you know, and hold back. You have to go full 100 for this truth.
That's right.
All right? Hope it was edifying. And you go praises to
Yahweh, Ba'asham Yahushai, Ba'asham Rachakodash.
We give double honors to the apostles of great medicine and true well.
That's right.
Salutation, say, men of the hope and say, select. This is the train.com. Say, Shalom.
Shalom la bakay.
But what la babala?
Mawat la